All right, I'll ask my question to the panel and sit down. What's your realistic passable solution, since it was mentioned earlier, to bring the $2 trillion our corporations are holding offshore back to the United States and put it to work? Thank you.
All right, it's kind of embarrassing. We have a higher corporate tax rate than Greece, France, Sweden. Every country in the world has a lower corporate tax rate than us. Can we fix that?
What's Greece's?
Greece is 23%.
No, it's actually, it's 26 because the IMF already forced them to raise it, and in the latest proposal the Greeks made, they're going to raise it to 28. So the IMF is using our money to bribe Greece to make their tax system worse. Isn't that wonderful? But what can we do to fix our own system?
Well, when you have a flat tax and do away with extraterritorial taxation, so if you make a profit in Ireland, you pay the tax there, you can bring the money home. Most countries have that already. That's the way you deal with it. And with a low rate, not only will we get our money back, we'll also get the capital from all around the world. The capital goes where it's welcome and well treated. We do put out the welcome mat. The capital will come, both in terms of cash, in terms of brains, people coming over, wanting to build things. By the way, that's the ultimate revenge against France. You have that kind of a system here. All the aspirational French will come over here, and then we'll have to have a Peace Corps to send people to France to run the museums because there'll be no one there to run them anymore.
All right, Robert, what are your thoughts on this final issue?
Well, my thought is the same. We definitely need to repeal the 16th Amendment, and we need to pretty much quit taxing corporations. Back in 1945, Beardsley Rummel made a he was the chairman of the New York Federal Reserve Bank at the time. He made a speech to the American Bar Association. Taxes for revenue are obsolete, and he pretty much said that the only reason for an income tax was to control behavior and redistribute wealth. That since we have a central bank and we can print all the money we need, and that money is no longer convertible into gold or silver or any other commodity, that's exactly what we can do, is print all the money we need. So, and he also stated his thesis was keep the individual income tax because we can control and redistribute wealth and control behavior. He was for that, but he said a corporate income tax was ridiculous. It was a waste of time, a waste of investment. It was holding down productivity. It was reducing jobs because corporations don't pay taxes. People pay taxes.
Okay, Grover.
The only way to really guarantee it is for our Congress to say, hey, we're not going to have an income tax on corporations, or we're going to make it so low. But the problem is when one Congress does that, 2 years later or 4 years later, it's going to be back up again. We need to repeal the 16th Amendment. We all need to get together, support it, and get 38 states to go for it under the premise that we're going to take the power away from the members in Congress.
All right, let's let Grover get in at the end, because I want him to have a chance. You have your tapeworm comment, your drown in the bathtub comment. I want you to come up with something else really clever as we end here.
Well, just to focus on what's possible in the next couple of years, okay? If we have a Republican House and Senate, which we do, and added a Republican president to it, you would have the votes to go to a full, robust territorial system, which ends a lot of that challenge. You could do full expensing for all business investment, dramatically reducing the cost of capital, and you could take the corporate rate down to 25 or 20. This is not something in 20 years or in 15 years, or if everybody changed their hearts, or if we beat them with rubber hoses. This is what we could pass with one different president and what could be enacted. So I think there's some massive steps forward that can be made with the Congress we have now and a different president, and then beyond that, going to a single rate and looking to do something other than the income tax. But in the next 3 years, we could dramatically turn this around and not end up as Greece, but look a lot more like Hong Kong.
Okay, there's no bathtub or tapeworm comment there, but I guess we can't ask everything out of Grover. I want everyone to join me in thanking our panelists for a great event. And you're all are dismissed to go buy their books. Thank you.